in a familiar place.
Look at this smile. That's, to me, I mean, I love the intense eyes, I love the intensity, but that's terrifying. Who's relaxed in this situation? Who's relaxed?
A happy Daigo is a scary Daigo.
He looks totally at peace.
It's Masiato going with Sagat.
And I will say, I've seen, oh, nice bait. Bonchan,
Bonchan,
one of the...
Masiato on my sheet here. Oh, okay. Sorry, on my sheet it says Daigo versus Masiato. I did not know that was Bonchan. My apologies.
No, please. It's Bonchan, one of Daigo's strongest opponents, and actually, I believe, took the set in the Topanga League over Daigo.
You see Daigo just standing there? I love it.
So brave.
Oh, wow.
He said,
right through there.
And look at the position he stood at when he launched that focus. What else can you do here, Sagat? What is the move that you're going to do? Of course, it's going to be towards and short, which is exactly why I'm firing a focus from this range, which is clearly out of range. Beautiful read to close out round 1 for Daigo. Slowing it down there.
Yep. Next uppercut going to do a little extra damage. Oh, there we go. That crumple from Sagat. Sagat, you said earlier off stream that for some reason Sagat seems to land the most focused crumple.
There's no frame-related reason that Sagat should land as many crumples as he does. It's not right. Like, Fei Long? Sure, of course. We understand why that guy's crumpling everybody. Sagat, no way. Beautiful answer from Daigo there.
Okay, good link in the low roundhouse. Gives himself a little momentum.
Heading back to that center line.
But great patience from Bonchan. You saw Daigo try to bait him with that walk back.
And Bonchan is one of those players that's, I actually think, almost stronger against Daigo than against regular players. Because they know each other so well. Long-term training partners.
Oh!
Wow, what? I mean, that's Street Fighter. Right there, you just saw it. Fireball War, guessing games. Both of them look at peace here.
Let's get started. Fight!
Daigo getting the better of game 1.
Nice stuff. Focus right through that fireball, getting the good punish.
Good challenge with a crouching jab. That's gutsy stuff.
Yeah, just hit him out of the air.
Yeah.
Don't want to deal with the mix-up on the landing. Okay, Daigo trying to get in there. Wow, 2 overheads. He went for another one, it looks like, but got greeted with a nice low fierce to the stomach. Oh, and
that's
Bonchan
punishable,
missing that
yeah.
combo. Wow, Daigo with a 4th overhead. And now you see his game has changed to nothing but low forwards. He's planted a message in Bonchan's head.
What? That's not a thing. That's a thing. What? One early hit from the Fierce, and he completed that combo?
The Beast,
Daigo
ladies
just
and gentlemen.
taught me 2 things in about 3 seconds there. Good stuff. You think you've seen a few 100,000 matches in this game, you know a thing or two.
What a great start for Bonchan. Gonna get a ton of damage off of that.
And the only reason I don't like that is because, I'm down a little bit. Let's just throw a haymaker and just jump in. Predict fireball. But he gets paid for it there. Good backdash.
There it is.
Wow, smelled the neutral jump.
You see just Daigo so aggressive, chasing down Bonchan. He's gonna get the dizzy. Can he kill here?
It was an early stun, so I think, yes. It was a very early stun in that series, so he was able to pull it off. And just like that, Bonchan, one of the strongest Sagat, perhaps the strongest Sagat player in the world. And I felt like that was over before we even saw it. And there were multiple brilliant plays.
Yeah,
and
but
just like
again,
that, Daigo, look at it, just smiling, casual.
Again, these are all winners bracket matches here. So none of these players who have lost so far on this stream have been eliminated. Losers bracket matches are being played out on SRK EVO 3, twitch.tv/SRK EVO 3. We have one last match left on the winners bracket side, and that is...
I'm not familiar with this gentleman. Can you explain to me who this might be?
This is a fellow by the name of Infiltration.
Infiltration. Never heard of. No. Last year's EVO champ, one of the most dominant players in the world, particularly smothering style from Infiltration. Able to just control the match throughout, and then when he finally has his opportunity or you force your way in, he turns on the heat like he's a rushdown master and has just been playing possum the entire match.
But here's the thing. He is going up against the man who eliminated him from Canada Cup, and that is going to be Mr. Kazunoko.
Kazunoko, well, what I'm most excited to see is if we get because obviously Kazunoko is not going to be any surprise to Infiltration. Infiltration, of course, known for his extensive notes. His training partner Laugh to keep extensive notes on many top players. Obviously somebody that has put him on his heels before and knocked him out of a tournament. It's going to be someone high on his list. Yun, strong against Akuma. Perhaps the strongest character, the strongest on paper known answer to Akuma.
Yeah, and this is not someone picking Yun just to get some good
cheesy
matchups.
counter pick on yeah.
This is Kazunoko's been using him since AE, and so let's see. I'm curious to see right now if Infiltration is known for using so many characters.
That's the question to me.
Yeah.
And Infiltration has also been showing his Ryu. I don't think that's a particular help against Yun. He's got Hakan. He's got Goken. Goken against Yun. Very interesting match. We'll see if he's got any tricks in his book or if he just wants to open with Akuma and play it out straight.
Looks like we are going to get the rematch from Canada Cup, Yun versus Akuma. Well, Infiltration hasn't picked his character yet, and they're always remaining hydrated for these tournaments.
Critically important and something I have neglected
and
myself
there
today.
It is!
Ryu, okay, so he likes this. I do think that this is a better match than Akuma for Yun.
He's been doing
but it's not a great match.
He's been practicing this character a lot. When he in DreamHack, if you remember, he used Ryu largely against Popey.
And I think that was part of his plan, apparently powering up for today. Let's see what he's got. Do you think possibly inspired by Daigo? Daigo talked a little trash about Infiltration style. Said it's very mechanical.
Yeah, it was like I said, the interesting thing, well, I'll get into that later. Let's concentrate on Kazunoko right now.
And a brilliant standing jab, anti-air, to open from Infiltration. Read that uppercut.
Backdash. Oh, what a read. Just chasing him down.
Stuff.
Yeah. I mean, that's the
so
thing.
good.
Yuns like to jump because they've got that dive kick. It gives them so much power. So
that's their party starter. Exactly. That's where it has to come from Yun.
Infiltration just going up there and look at
and
this.
That's going to be, he's just building, oh wow, just building meter. And just knew, what are you going to do?
Yep.
What are you going to do? You going to do an EX up kick? What do you got? Just round his mind.
Okay, good air to air.
Kazunoko with a read of his own, but again, just keeping him out of that space, denying it. And that's where Yun starts all of his offense. And that's another good start for Yun's offense, but obviously meter base, not sustainable.
Oh wow, let's combo in the super, get as much damage as possible. That's the discouraging super right there. Let's just get some.
And James, you're telling me this is a man who knocked out Infiltration, because Infiltration just completely has walked over Kazunoko in that first game.
And you know,
completely walked over him.
Does that credit go to the character switch, or does that credit just go to the fact that Infiltration is a student of the game? He studies every matchup. He studies his human opponents. I mean, his notes is not just matchup notes. It is personality tendencies and such.
That's what elevates his game. I mean, everybody here knows these matchups on paper. But if you can know a lot about your opponent's mind and their heart, that's going to elevate your play. Now there, Kazunoko finally making him pay for those aggressive jump towards to try and control that frontal airspace.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Uppercut in between. And he got himself in trouble against Popey by doing that. A lot of uppercuts in between block strings. Let's see if it's not going to hurt him this time. Good stuff.
He brings it up, and Kazunoko really needs this round to change the tune of this match. Oh, almost punishable.
Here we go, down just a little bit of life. Oh,
straight from the front.
Yeah, maybe he was worried about cross-up.
Yeah, I think I was also mad. I mean, a lot of players in that situation will go for the closeout cross-up hurricane, even if you can't follow it up for any more damage. It should have ended the round. But a bad read. And again, have we seen Kazunoko get anything started or even complete a single Yun combo? The only time I've even seen him get close is off the EX rush. And that is not a legitimate offense. I'm just amazed at how strong Infiltration looks in this situation.
Yeah, I mean, the word that keeps coming to my mind right now, solid. Very solid until that. But
well, and again, he can afford it. He's just saying, like, look at me.
He said, you know, I'm going to do it again.
Yeah, I don't care. What are you going to do? And it's just...
Oh.
Got him in the corner, closes it out.
So smart.
Beautiful, beautiful cancel there. And that's exactly what you want. You smell him jumping out of the way of the fireball, you burn the meter, and that's a round ender. Not one you want to play in the middle of a match usually, but to close out the match, it's a worthy gamble, and it gets paid off. Infiltration, just walking over, I got to think the other top players in the bracket were really looking forward to that matchup because they're like, Kazunoko, this guy he can really handle Infiltration. Get him out of my bracket. No dice, complete domination there from Infiltration.
Yep.
And I think that's when I felt like it was really starting to get troubled for Kazunoko. Again, just burning that EX meter, trying to get anything going. I'll get my cheap guessing game by burning the meter to try and get in. Am I going to grab you? Am I going to go for a combo? What are you going to do?
And how much do you think that perhaps Daigo and Infiltration posturing in front of each other?
That's what I'm loving about that because, again, like Daigo, I don't want to say he talked a little trash, but that's not Daigo's style exactly. But he did mention in his description of Infiltration's play that it was rather uninspired, shall we say.
Right.
Excellent, smooth, crystalline even.
Yeah, I mean, the interesting thing is when we were talking about that earlier, what I wanted to talk about was there's been this very strong dynamic, and I've always classified the emotional player and the scientific player.
Yeah.
And we have emotional players, John Choi, Alex Vai, Daigo. These are all examples of the emotion. Justin Wong is an emotional player.
Some of our greatest champions.
Yeah.
The emotion is what is able to elevate you beyond the numbers of the game.
And the emotional player has thus far always won. Always won. And the first time in my memory where this really changed is with Infiltration. He is the first specifically science player.
And he is the one that quantified the emotion of the emotional players by doing specific notes on them, and he says, I'm upping the level of my science. And I don't, again, all this sounds like a criticism of Infiltration. It takes incredible dedication, and he also has an emotional side.
Oh, yeah.
That comes out in moments, but it's not the heart of his play. It's not at the center of his play. It's not at the forefront. It's something that you'll see come out sometimes, and I love that. But you're exactly right. That's not been the priority for him historically, but he's been able to elevate his science to such a degree that he says, your emotion still has patterns, still has numbers to it, and I can break those down, and I can tear you a new one for it.
So here we go. We have Xiaohai, and he's going to be, I'm not Xiaohai, Xian, my bad, yeah. And he's going up against Xiaohai's teammate, or?
I believe they're teammates, Kwanba.
Yeah. Dakou. And who is Dakou going to go with? Is he going to go with?
I'm not buying it.
What the?
I'm not buying it. It's happening, but I'm not buying it.
Xiaohai already with some questionable moves away from Cammy, and here we go with Dakou doing the same thing.
I don't know who they think they're surprising with this stuff.
I mean, here's the thing, right? I mean, again, his footsies kind of give Cammy a little bit of trouble. I don't think it's enough for him to move away and go to Honda.
We'll see. Maybe he's got some excellent Honda play in store for us. I agree. Again, on paper, Honda, a very difficult match for Gen. But part of Shen's genius so far has been elevating Gen over his difficult matches. This is a tough one, but far from unwinnable. The difficulty for Gen here is meter, very important to him in generating offense, but it's very difficult to do anything that Honda cannot punish, and very difficult to get in close enough to generate that offense, even on a block string, to build the meter that you need.
Good hard knockdown on that sweep.
From the front.
Yeah, I thought he was going to go to the other side. And here we go, safe jump setups. He has 2 jumps in a row.
Oh, dropped one there.
Yep.
But now with the lead, he can sit back himself, and again, Honda's strength and weakness. Honda on defense, very, very strong, very difficult to approach Honda. But if Honda doesn't have a lead, it can be hard for him to generate offense. And that's probably the best vector for that. Crouching jab into hands.
Nice stuff. Just getting that EX headbutt in the middle of that block string. It's very much a momentum killer. And wow, again jumping a little too far. Wasn't able to land the cross up and then didn't recover fast enough to punish that with throw.
Oh wow,
Ooh.
nice read on the back dash. Did he get him?
That's
not a oh my gosh, that is an amazing punish. That is just second nature for Honda players to whiff the Ocho grab because it's free meter.
Right.
Guess what? Not free again with the punish. Wow.
And that's Xian right there, knowing his character.
That is character expertise getting paid off in a big way. Says you want to counterpick me with Honda? Guess what? I know a thing.
I'll counterpick you with knowledge.
The more you know.
Knowing is half the battle. And from the front, getting some good damage here. And next hit's going to be a combo in the super. So Dakou has to be very careful now. One low strong in the hands is going to equal super, and that's going to be game.
For what it's worth, Gen does not have Ultra. I mean, Xian usually very good about focusing and building an Ultra to pay off the super in an even bigger way, but that's going to be good enough. Wow. Did he drag that out? I think he dragged that out. He let it go like a little bit in the middle between the button presses on the waterfall kick and said, yeah, you can just think about your Honda choice there. You want to go for that again?
He needed every hit, and that's the beautiful thing about that low short, low forward chain is I've always said hit confirming off of a 2 hits is very, very common and much easier to do than hit confirming only off of 1 hit. And just that one chain combo that Gen got, so valuable for him just to be able to land that hit confirm.
That was a total game changer.
All right, let's see what
And yeah, he does send him back to this. So again, not following the route of Xiaohai, who stuck with his Yun pick, is sort of surprise Yun pick, uncharacteristic, that went right back to it after losing and did not get paid off. Now again, what's going on here? Fei Long, and this is a legit Fei Long pick. This is happening. Another difficult character for Gen to deal with, but far from impossible, and obviously Xian has faced down some of the best Fei Long players in the world. Let's see what Dakou has.
It's the battle of the
Here we go. Now, I know Xian has fought Mago a lot as well, you know, so...
No, yeah, this is, I mean, you can't be surprised to be playing against a Fei Long.
Again, getting so much mileage off of that crouch strong in the hands.
It's the essence of the game plan around which you can pepper in those low roundhouses from distance when you get them thinking about it. They're moving around on the ground, catch them with a low roundhouse or a stand roundhouse.
No meter to FADC that. No doubt Xian probably just does the motion for the FADC dash every single time in case the meter gets
Just
filled.
in case, yeah, in case it happens to be building up from the last hand hit or something.
Oh, wow. Did you see that?
That
missed
was,
by like
yeah.
a pixel. There it is. That combo was not easy to do.
No. From the back this time. And again, Xian just looking totally in control here.
Nice read. He knew that chicken wing was coming and got him.
And he left him at the perfect position, said, what do you got? You're coming up empty here. You're going to probably do something a little wild, and I'm totally on top of it.
Now, I might be mistaken on this, but there are ranges where if Xian lands the hand slap and it doesn't hit enough hits, Fei alone can reckon him back.
No, that's
on
absolutely
hits.
correct.
Yeah, like maybe right there, perhaps. Not sure, not 100% sure. So that's one of the things that makes this match really rough. But again, these character specialists sometimes revel in bad matchups, you know?
And I feel like, where are the Kwamba players? These are such strong players. Now that's just, again, another Hail Mary. I feel like he's just not showing up here after such a strong performance. Yeah.
They're second guessing themselves.
And to go to Honda and then Fei Long.
But again, they're still in losers bracket, so they're still here. They still have a chance to come back and see if they perhaps just not do that again. So.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe a little bit of experimentation early. I'm hard pressed to explain those choices. But fortunately, the match of the tournament rolls on, and up next.
And I just heard the audience. So Steve, aka Digital Devil 4GK,
AKA Tasty Steve.
Yep, on the house mic here, he announced the next match, and the entire audience gasped. It sounded like. I think that's what happened, but we see Daigo sitting down. Who's going to be his opponent? It might be Tokido if these matches listed on my list here are in the proper order. If that's the case, we saw Daigo already send Bonchan to losers bracket.
Bonchan, very strong and a player who's knocked him out of tournaments before. I think actually, for me, one of the strongest chances against Daigo overall, because another Shoto character who knows Daigo's habits very well as anybody. but not able to get it done.
And here it comes.
And it
the
is going to be
Iceman
Tokido.
cometh.
Yes.
Tokido, the murder face, aka the Iceman.
Also known, these would also be rounding out some of the top 5 gods of Japanese fighting games. Tokido in there alongside Daigo.
Yep.
Daigo, perhaps one of the greatest grandmasters of all, alongside Sako. Sako, I think, having a little more reverence in Japan. Obviously, very well known around the world. Big favorite. Incredible execution, maybe unparalleled in tournament execution.
May I remind you,
please.
this is not a top 8 match.
Yeah, I know. This is some early round stuff. Just two of the most legendary Japanese players of all time going at it. Mad Cat's teammates. No story there.
This is not a top 8 match. We're on Friday. We're on Friday. I don't think I can handle this.
I know.
The next 2 days, I am just going to explode.
Me old Street Fighter heart can't take this anymore. I'm just trying to ride it out. Like I'm just like, okay, this is cool. This is happening.
Exactly.
Cool.
Yeah. But again, Tokido, Daigo, these two very familiar with each other. They've been playing each other for years.
Yes.
Years.
And Daigo, of course, getting the best of it historically, but Tokido has definitely made marks before. And what will he do? I gotta imagine it's gonna be Akuma.
Yep, classic Akuma versus Ryu. You don't get any more iconic than this matchup.
Dark side versus the man who's trying to walk the path. Oh, handshake.
Wow, and again, you know, I
mind
mentioned
games
this,
from Daigo.
I mentioned this a lot at 25th anniversary. You know, Daigo playing a lot more for fun. You see a lot more smiles on his face than he did. He used to be known. He had the reputation for being
No
emotionless.
face. Yeah. Tokido's the murder face. Daigo was the no face. And now Daigo with the smiles.
So very, very cool stuff for Daigo.
And Daigo very content to sit back amongst the fireballs. Tokido maybe aware of that, not interested in trying to play the keep-away game. And Daigo, again, knowing he wasn't at the right range to uppercut, Normal's might not have been in position, not going for an anti-air, just letting him land. Very cool stuff.
Oh, wow. Chase down the focus backdash.
Oh,
He tried to option select it. He tried it, but the Hurricane just went the wrong way. It's okay. No harm, no foul.
That's what's great about that option select. If he goes teleports to the other side, like you sail away to relative safety.
Oh, Daigo.
Oh.
I mean, here's an opportunity for Tokido, but he drops the combo.
I thought Daigo had a good chance for an uppercut there, but so both players getting a pass.
Oh,
Wrong
no,
way.
that's not going to work. But, you know, he gets out of that situation. Ryu, not a character with a lot of fast, far-range
No, he needs the
moves.
super to be able to punish that in that situation, and far too early to be queued up, especially with the amount of EXs he's been throwing so far. And again, Daigo, the statement here so far, oh, here's the Vortex.
Whip punish, great stuff from Tokido.
Daigo weathers it quickly.
He's got a lot of catching
Wow.
up to do. But Akuma's one of those characters can do it, but not in that situation.
A really beautiful first round from Daigo, just saying, no shenanigans. You're not going to get any shenanigans here. You're going to have to play straight up with me and go toe-to-toe, and I'm in complete control. So what do you got? What do you got aside from your parlor tricks? Dark side. Oh, wow. Good read there, but Tokido with the canceling the focus very quickly.
All right, Tokido in, but a backdash from Daigo just to get him out of that situation. And again,
Smelling that focus.
Daigo
Good trade.
Not the kind of player afraid to burn all of his moves, to walk around with empty meter.
And Daigo in great position there, just fast enough to avoid crumples on those focus attacks from Tokido, which is the right response, but it doesn't really get paid off unless you're landing that bigger combo. Daigo in the corner, going to try and battle his way back, but content. Again, just not looking pressured, not making any crazy moves. Oh, content to sit there.
Okay.
Good punish.
Just a throw, and here's that setup. And Daigo says, you know what, I've seen this a million times.
And as close as this match is relatively prior to that Ultra, Tokido has nothing going here.
Yeah.
He's not been able to generate one solid series. He's trading blows and hanging tough. Wake up, crouch, jab.
He went for it. Tokido went for it.
Yeah.
And Daigo read that.
Yeah, he's like, what are you going to do? Probably going to go for,
Yeah, that
throw
wasn't
into
a
some
crouch tech.
shenanigans. Yeah.
Crouch tech would have came out as crouch short, so Daigo specifically was trying to stop him from walking up in that crouch jab.
And Daigo just coming out at the better end.
Oh.
Beautiful. That's exactly right.
Right under
the perfect range. He just looks so in control, not doing anything spectacular. This is not a pyrotechnics match. Well, there is a lot of fireballs, but that notwithstanding, not the flashiest match, but just so solid, just demonstrating control, insight into the mind of his opponent. And Tokido can be an explosive player. You saw him pop off against K-Brad. He looked a little bit asleep against that first round, but then really came alive and then was very dominant. Tokido not able to get that sort of emotional power burst to try and get some crazy guessing games going against Daigo.
Yeah, I mean, Daigo is playing a very high frustration game. There's a couple of times where Tokido is just going to do a block string that really isn't going to lead to much. And Daigo, he goes for the reset.
Wow.
Again, Daigo's scoping out. He said, I've seen these tricks before.
And that was Tokido's best series so far in the match.
Yeah, but he said, you know what? He scoped out that
Standing fierce reset, please, yeah.
Oh, Demon Flip Palm getting in there. Oh, but then Tokido drops the combo. Wanted to go low strong into EX Hurricane.
Trying to maintain that pressure, burning the meter, stay close. Daigo just walks back out of the range, but still in some trouble here. Tokido in, oh wow.
Oh, okay.
Sails right over his head, Daigo with no punish. Oh, it smelled the chip. Smelled it, great stuff.
Look at that expression on Tokido's face.
Let's keep it up.
He really needed that round, and he got it.
Yeah, he didn't have the meter for an FADC.
Yes.
So that was either that was kill or be killed. Bet the farm on that chip.
Putting it all in the round. Caught him dashing towards. Good punish.
Always goes for the jab uppercut so we get
Wow,
set up.
there he goes.
And Ryu got to be close to stun now.
There it is. Tokido keeping that pressure. Daigo not looking phased, but obviously with a huge deficit here.
Tokido looking so strong right now.
Daigo's going to want to try and build his super. Indeed, he's got it. Daigo can probably focus through a single fireball, unless Tokido reads it with the X. He's got the meter he needs.
Okay, he spent the meter there on an EX fireball, and as soon as he did that, Tokido wasn't scared of a super anymore.
Yes.
Just went
And
right
able
into
to
the
throw that
EX
fireball and
yeah.
just control that space to close it out with regular fireball following the EX. Great stuff from Tokido. Tokido knows he got a few surprise opportunities there, but made the most of them.
Oh, nice. Chasing down that back dash with the low roundhouse.
Great block from Tokido there on the overhead from Daigo. I was not expecting that at all, and Tokido read it perfectly.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Stopping that, and here we go. Tokido getting some momentum here. Like you said, he hasn't been able to get much, but finally getting some play after that near perfect last game.
Daigo eats the overhead, standing up. Good pressure here from Tokido. Wow, stand short, fading it out.
That was some hyper fighting footsie.
Yes, that's some old man stuff.
And you know, Tokido's been playing great this round. He's been doing really well. I feel like he's had most of the momentum. Yet here comes Daigo with a life lead.
He's so tough to phase. That's the thing. Like, you don't get any sort of mental advantage against your pressure strings. He's been there a million times before. Caught in the back dash. Wow, Tokido with a little unforced air there. Daigo just moving in. Now out of the meter. Whoa.
Ooh.
I think he was trying to challenge with an uppercut, and there it is. Wow. That was, talk about leaving it all out there. That was all or nothing for Daigo, and definitely would not have won on chip. That was, this is going to hit or I'm going to throw this round away.
Daigo is at match point against his rival and good friend, Tokido. Okay, good uppercut for Tokido, but again, oh, wow,
Well,
Daigo's going for it.
That should be easily hit confirmable for a player of Daigo's caliber. Hard knockdown again from that jab uppercut as he called out. Gets the stun, and this is going to be a big round two for Tokido.
Match point for both players.
Has got to be loving this.
We have been here many times, and Akuma starting off with a lot of meter, so he's got a lot of
What?
fireballs. Wow!
What an answer from Daigo. It just says, I don't care. What about fierce uppercut for no reason?
And here we go, opportunity for Tokido. He's got a huge life lead.
What is going on?
And Tokido is going to take it over Daigo.
That is incredible. Daigo with 4 completely insane uppercuts. And Tokido weathers the storm. Daigo landing none of them. even after that low strong into uppercut, that's the most easily hit confirmable normal in the game, perhaps. The crowd chanting his name. Incredible stuff. Daigo must have had something in his mind, but is now going to be spending his time in the loser's bracket. Tokido marching forward.
It was just one of those situations. He just didn't believe Tokido wouldn't try something 4 times in a row.
And for all I said about the transcendence of Daigo's play and wanting to play a pure game, that was just nuts.
And look at the look on Tokido's face, man. I mean,
he is sweating it. 'Cause again, they're smothering first round from their first game from Daigo.
Dude, he is so pumped right now. You know, Tokido's been on the stage many times before, but I've never seen him look like the way he's looking right
and
now.
I feel like he knows he's outclassed by Daigo in a lot of ways, at this game in particular. But Daigo, just think about the transition that we just saw from the first game where Daigo was completely in control, running down all the options, willing to take the smart trades, going toe-to-toe, just sort of smothering, not letting Tokido get an inch of momentum, to the final round we saw, where Daigo had, I believe, the term is YOLO, at least 4 completely insane uppercuts. Again and again, he only FADC'd 1, I think, of them, and just completely went for it. So we saw basically two completely different players. One completely in control and the other one completely not caring, and that's part of what makes Daigo so compelling as a player, is he's willing to do stuff that seems borderline insane and make it pay. But none of that got paid. Like, not a single one. He's like, well, the last 3 didn't hit. Maybe this one's got to hit. You know what he won't expect this time after 3 crazy fierce uppercuts? Another fierce uppercut. Unfortunately.
Another uppercut.
That strategy is so advanced it went around the other side of Yomi to I don't know where. But Daigo in the losers bracket. Sako now going to be showing off his Ibuki, perhaps. Quick button check.
Interesting. And you know, a lot of players sitting here seeing that happen, they're thinking to themselves, because Daigo obviously been practicing a lot, he's considered a danger, but seeing him sent to the loser's bracket now, a lot of these guys are excited to think to themselves, this is now our opportunity to get into winners finals.
Right. And again, I caution anybody, I mean, obviously if you're at that level, that's great, but caution players newer to the tournament scene to don't focus too much on who's